Zabit Sharipov. The first name I think of when I hear who's the biggest what if. A genuine one-of-a-kind talent that could have potentially done some great things in the game. But watching him literally only get his feet wet in the UFC kinda hurt a little bit, I ain't gonna lie. Now Zabit, coming out of Dagestan, did share some characteristics with other fighters out of that region. Mainly Khabib, to be honest. Great overall wrestling technique, and that just evil mental just wanting to maul people. But big picture, Zabit differed greatly from someone like Khabib. He was a literal ninja, a Shaolin monk fighting in the organization, who, for a while, was one of the prospects of the UFC. His ranking always looked to be too low in comparison to his actual skills. Great striking. The boxing was there, both offensively and defensively. Marvelous kick game, with all the flashy techniques to boot. He was low-key a super soldier, I ain't gonna lie. It wasn't a thing that the man couldn't do, except have knockout power or breathe, basically. It was so interesting looking at Zabit because he had the long, lanky build, but lacked both knockout power and good cardio. Usually you gotta have at least one, right? You look at the Diaz brothers, Max Holloway, lacking that knockout power but had out of this world cardio. But Zabit didn't. His cardio, specifically, was absolutely horrid, to the point where he begged for and actually received a 3-round main event against Calvin Kattar. He could give you the best round and a half, but once we got towards the end of the second or the third round, fam, everything went out the window. The skills, the flash, all of it. Now, Zabit had very well documented health issues. He frequently had diaphragm spasms, which really did make it hard for you to breathe when you're doing rigorous activity. And obviously, being in an octagon, literally fighting somebody, is as rigorous as it gets. Combining his health with the fact that people ain't really want to fight him for real, he went ahead and left the game and got surgery in an attempt to fix it and improve his cardio. The world really started salivating over the thought of Zabit Sharipov with potential 5-round cardio. But it turned out, in his time off, that he ain't want to come back. He's mentioned that the UFC offered him an immediate title shot if he did return, but he still said no. While he was away, he became much more interested in other things aside from fighting. He's now involved in medical work, does a lot of different things in nature, and he has hinted at the possibility of maybe coaching kids in the future. I gotta give a lot of respect to him for walking away from constant CTE and putting both himself and his other endeavors first. As a fan of the game though, it do hurt a little because 145 and the UFC as a whole could absolutely use somebody like Zabit right now. We were literally robbed of the Zabit Yair matchup multiple times. But boy, I would have loved seeing him go head up with the elites of the featherweight division. Cause to this day, I don't think that nobody could just handle Zabit until his cardio issues set in. That's why I still do think he would lose to Volk and Max. But regardless, we'll never know. All we can do is think about them hypothetical matchups. Even so, we still gotta appreciate the little he was able to do in his UFC career and wish him luck in life moving forward. Hope y'all enjoyed this. It was just a little vid I wanted to put together cause I seen a few threads of the biggest what ifs in UFC history, and Zabit's name obviously gets mentioned a lot in those conversations, so I wanted to give my quick thoughts on it. Either way, y'all like, comment, and subscribe if y'all did enjoy, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.